Greetings, world and family. I am a Richard coming to you today, being Friday, September the 12th. First, I would love to take a moment and give my great gratitude to all of you who have been offering heartfelt gifts to me, no matter how you might feel them as being big or small or anywhere in the middle. You've been showing me such beautiful warmth and love in your gratitude, whether they be donations or actual gifts that I receive in the mail. I thank you because, your offerings not only do I appreciate them, but they make me feel humble. They make me feel like I'm on the right track with the mission that I have, which is in the end to bring and keep hope alive by being a mystic rebel. And in the end, guys, famille, you are the rock and roll beneath this channel. I am so grateful. Merci beaucoup. And speaking of which, I did get a special gift from my boobie. I got a beautiful 50th anniversary Eddie from Iron Maiden, the cover of Peace of Mind. Isn't it gorgeous? Look at this Carrie boobie. I love you so much. Thank you. And it's fun because it's metal, so it'll keep my keffy warm. So family, to you all, to you boobie, yum yum bubble gum. Oh, it's gonna be hot, I know it. Yeah, it's keeping it very hot, which is good because, as I yap, my coffee gets cold and blip, blap, bloop. So, this said, I want to have a topic today. So I'm gonna tell you a little story, and then followed by that, I will pull some cards. And of course, as you know, I love to offer you all a beautiful invocation at the end, which I always put in the description box as a link. So, famille, 2 nights ago, I woke up at 2 a.m. with a sense of urgency. And it was a song that was in my head, a song that does not exist. And how it went is, children, don't go up the river. Children, don't go up the river. And so I wake up with this, and it was really loud. So at first I felt, okay, this seems like a sense of urgency. What could it possibly mean? And on WhatsApp, we have a community, many of us mystics that are together, and it's like a family thread or group. And here I am at 2 a.m. and I'm recording myself. Guys, I'm half asleep. This is the song. Can anyone tap into it? What does it mean? I feel it's urgent. So I went back to bed, and, as I woke up, again, children don't go up the river. So what does it mean? What does it mean? So, of course, I went into my meditation, and I surfed the ether with my inner flame and higher self. And, okay, so what I got, it wasn't so much about a premonition of something catastrophic, because at first I thought it might be. But the more that I dabbled into it and I started turning it around and feeling the essence, I got that it is something altogether very different. And it touches every single one of us. What do I mean by that? Well, we've all heard about the inner child. We were all a child at one point. So what I feel from this is a reminder to not lose ourselves from that inner child. It is a time to reconnect. How do I make this up? See it this way? It's because Children, don't go up the river. So if we look at a river stream, it will usually come from source, from a pike or a mountain, but it comes from source, right? And then it'll trickle down the water into the streams, nature, and then make it out to the sea where it's vast, emotional. We are made 70% of water, of plasma. So that's where all the youthfulness is of play, laughter, giggle, create, dream, therefore manifest. But this is where the big corruption and the big entrapment was from the beginning of time. As we are a child, we are forced, for lack of a better word, or pushed to go uphill, treading water against the natural flow of the current. Why? In order to conform to a status quo, forced to grow and disconnect from play, from childhood, because now we got responsibilities. We got to go to school, start working, fall in love, get married, keep on working, have a holiday once a year for 2 weeks that we put on a credit card. Therefore, it's a debt, and I'm meaning it like DEATH. That's how I'm spelling it. And then repeat and recycle and blip, blap, loop. So as we go, onto this rat race of fleeting time in order to get everything organized and fit in, to conform into a society, a status quo, that's total disconnection. And I've been speaking along with our beloved sister Honey a lot about higher self. And we've just given a class not too long ago on how to connect to your higher self. And it was magical and it was amazing. And many of you, brothers, sisters, Femi, like when I do one-on-one Zoom, you tell me how much you appreciate it. So we're looking into another class, which will probably be revolving on the subject of healing the inner child. But this is still in the planning. Nothing is landed just yet on that. But there is a connection between higher self and inner child. And most of us, many of us, are working really, really hard and doing the time in order to connect to higher self, which is really have a relationship. It's your best friend. Be silly, have fun, ask questions. You have to do it on a daily basis, like you would entertain a relationship, whether it is family, lover, or friendship. You got to do the work, right? But a lot of us, we forget, we've disconnected from that inner child. And the beauty about it is that, yes, let's work at higher self, but we must not ignore the inner child, because that inner child with its beauty, its innocence, and its purest form is what actually connects to higher self, because a child already had that connection. Do you see where I'm going? So that's what I saw with children. Don't go up the river. Stop, play, follow the natural movement of the river going to the sea. Because going in reverse is actually unnatural, the treading water. That's where that whole infiltration, or that, what's the word I'm looking for? Lock up, infiltration, there's a word I'm looking for. Anyways, it doesn't really matter. Because I know me, I'm going to spend 5 minutes looking for a word and I'm not even going to give birth to it. Yum, yum, a bubble gum on my babies. So let me see, because I did take a few notes and I don't want to forget anything here. So yes, okay, so I'll just clarify it a little bit better with my notes. So this is it. If we look, a river is always a path of flow. It is a life force. It is our consciousness. A journey of the soul, really. So it carries us from source, so springs, the mountains, down through the valleys, and eventually out to the sea, the collective, the infinite. 2, go up the river. Flips the natural direction. It implies struggle, resistance, going against the divine flow. Children, inner child, that energy shouldn't be dragged upstream. They're meant to float, play, trust, and carried by life's natural rhythm. And this is what it is. Children, what does that represent? The innocence, purity, and creative spark inside all of us, every single one of us. So don't go up the river. Don't force the innocent part of you into unnatural, the inverted flow. That's the word I was looking for. The struggle against your own divine essence. In collective terms, the system, the matrix, constantly pressures children and our inner child to swim upstream, conform, compete, suffer, push against the natural current of joy. And what's at the top of the river? If the river is life's flow from source to ocean, then at the top, upstream, you find the illusion of control. A narrowing, a rigid channel, less freedom to be able to flow. Spiritually, up the river can mean being trapped in loops of resistance and or punishment. In prison slang, up the river is meant, even means being sent away, cut off, incarcerated. That really all ties into your sense that it was okay, because I wrote that for me, that it tied into that connection, that warning, that urgency, that's why it felt like I woke up at 2 and oh my God, what does it mean? Is it a catastrophe? No, it's not. It's just like that whole lockup, tying the sense that it is a warning to every single one of us to reconnect to inner child and stop, this manipulation or this way of thinking that we have to struggle and suffer and life should be hard. No, let's go on our butts and go down the stream into the ocean where it's meant to be. I'm not saying we shouldn't be working and all that, but you know what I mean. The struggles of life, right? It's really hard to keep your inner child. And what I've found, because I've always kept that inner child, no matter, Femi, what I went through or lived through, I kept it alive. And that's where my rebellion comes from. The inner child should have a healthy dosage of a rebellion. Rebellion doesn't always mean dangerous or uncaring or what's the word I'm looking for? Lawless or no, it just means that no means no, and I'm not going to put out my flame, my inner fire. You want me to put it out? Well, I'm going to throw gasoline all over that fire and let it burn even more. Yes, we should all have responsibilities and be good and kind to ourselves and to others. But this is it. It's a time to reconnect. So with higher self, we must remember that inner child. And I do have a few exercises for you afterwards on how to connect to inner child. But first, how about if we do some cards, my beloved golden Femi? Higher self, oversoul, and universe, please tell me everything I need to see, everything I need to know in regards to my story, my intro, via that inner child, children, don't go up the river. Tell me everything I need to see in regards to all of this. One more shuffle, cut, rock, roll. All right, so first in line, what do we have, my babies? We do have the sun. Look, happiest card of the tarot deck. The child is riding a horse. Children, don't go up the river. Live, ride, be free. This is what it is meant to be. Next in line, we have a judgment day. So my message that I got at 2 a.m. came as a song. The trumpet here, it awoke me from my sleep, reminding me of children, because these are children right here, awakening the dead, the children. Children, don't go up the river. I love it. And then we have, as above, so below, right? So as we call into the ether, into our reality, we're able to manifest. Don't forget that inner child. Also with the magician, as I say, we're working really hard right now to connect to higher self, but we must not forget that inner child. The two of them connect and brings you to source, infinity. I love it. Next in line, yes, then we're able to go over the rainbow with the 10 of Cups. Look at everyone happy, dancing, emotions restored. Don't go up the river, like follow the natural stream. That's where you will dance. Inner child is dancing. Wear loud colors. Be creative. At the heartbeat, family, yes, we're breaking the chains of delusion. Going up the current was never a natural thing. It was a struggle. It chained us up. And then we have, by doing that, something extremely grueling is coming to an end. Tensor endings, and this is grueling. It's over. By connecting all that hard labor, he's actually going upstream because he's going uphill carrying all those logs with him. We're dropping them. For the future, look, we got an alpha, the elixir of life. Complete, absolute emotions restored, the fountain of youth. Then we become self-made, sovereign, independent by being that mystic rebel that says no to conformity, no to struggles. I'm going back to find my inner child so that I connect to higher self, and therefore I am connected and am source creation. And then we end, we got to make a choice, and we got to connect the two. Higher self with inner child, again with that infinity loop, but it's still a decision that needs to be made, right? In the clarifying, this will help us move out of troubled waters. Right now, this character, as opposed to going upstream, like treading water, he's going down the stream. Like this is effortless right now. At the heartbeat, yes, and that will help because, like we've been trapped, the fear of the unknown, blind to the river in back of us. We've been in our head. We were forced to submit, conform, follow the status quo, which is all but an illusion to keep us trapped into this system, which we are now breaking the chains. And we end with ongoing healing with Dolly Parton here. The star, the age of Aquarius, tapping into the water, distilled, purified, cleansed. I love it. Now, of course, I'm going to need my golden major arcanas, my beautiful golden family. Not sure I should be singing, but look, I love it. It's a frequency, sound frequency. Even if I don't have the best voice, I don't care. All right, so higher self, give me my goldens for my golden beauties today. Okay, that one. So yes, again, for the second special appearance, we got the magician, as above, so below, as within, as without, connecting higher self, inner child, and higher self. And that's where we get like the total connection of the infinity symbol. I love it. Heartbeat now is going to be this one. So yes, okay, so often, yes, it could be for me as a reader, Khazarian Mafia, or anything that links to that. So yes, I'm going to link to this right now. Well, it's a double whammy. But the powers that be that made us believe that we had to tread water and go upstream in order for them to control over us. So that could be like anything like religious or any kind of institution that has created this matrix. And then we end, again, for the second appearance, the devil. So, yeah, there's a lot here. By connecting, we're able to break the shackles of this. Now, the double whammy I saw with the Hierophant is that this could also be a mystical teacher. Okay, so it's not always about Khazarian Mafia. It's our beloved Isabella who made me realize that very often it could have a double meaning here, and I'm seeing it right now, the double meaning. So first meaning is by tapping into the ethers, your inner child and your higher self, you become complete, and that's where you can manifest and move mountains. And you become like a spiritual teacher in order to fight the devil system. On the other hand, it is by doing exactly just that We are going against anything that wanted to conform us or put us into a box or a pyramid. And who did this? Well, it would have been the system, right? The devil system. So it's a double whammy right there. And both are actually really good because we got the magician. So the magician does exactly just that, magic. We can manifest. Where you put your mind, your attention, energy will flow. And now we're in boomerang seasons, baby. So the flowing is more like a tidal wave. It's as if we've been going up that hill. Children, don't go up the river. And now that we've like made it up there or partly up there, it's like we just like released the dam and now all the water's coming in really rapidly and we're going into that ocean, which is, you know, the collective. It is everything that is a creation. Okay, so I don't even have to ask Aurelia, it's all a yes. Is there any way that I am wrong and I'm getting such a high-pitched sound in both my ears through my head right now? So I am not wrong. Yay, loves it. All right, so where do I go now, beloved family? Let me see. Invocation for the end. So right now what I have is actually a little breath work exercise for you, my family. So this would be like a 3-minute exercise that you can do to anchor child and the shift. So for 1 minute, what you would do, you would either sit very straight, so focus on your spine, or stand up, doesn't matter. And you will inhale by the nose, imagining a golden light through the nose, going all the way to your belly, your solar plexus. And then, when we exhale, through the mouth, see that golden thread rise up into your heart, and then you exhale. And you will do this 3 times so that we can have that perfect looping here. So 1, gold thread through the nose. Through the heart, exhale through the mouth. And then again. And again. For minute 2, speak and listen. So I would love to invite you, place one of your hands on your heart and the other one on your lower belly. And whisper, inner child, what do you need today? Stay quiet. Let the first image, the first word or feeling that arrives be your answer. Don't question, simply receive. This will build trust between the child and the higher self. And for minute 3, a ritual of embodiment. Choose one baby teeny little action to carry that answer into your day. What the first thought came with minute number 2. If you felt play, then hum a tune while you work. If you felt rest, promise yourself a moment of stillness later today. If you felt courage, wear the loudest colors that makes you feel bold. And seal it all with a phrase. I flow with the river. I embody the shift. I love that. Yeah. So now what did I want to talk about? Sorry, I got to move that out of the way. Oh, I think that's pretty much all I had. That went really rapidly. Why did I feel I had more? No. It's an invocation. All right, so do I need to make any more cards? I don't think so, because I don't feel I got another question. It's all linked. But you know what I can do before I put them away? Let's go over it one more time. Yeah, and then I'll go to the invocation. All right, so in regards to the whole story of inner child and all that, it's a big fat yes, because we got the son, the child riding the horse, having fun, playing. And I got the dream at 2 a.m. It was a song, children, don't go up the river. And then I woke up with the message, and it was like magic, as above, so below, as within, as without. And it is a reminder to, like, yes, work on higher self, but we must not ignore that inner child, okay, as above, so below. And doing just this, we're going to cross over past the rainbow, where it's all beauty and play, and we're going to be able to cut the shackles, the ball and chain that system had created us. And it is all coming to an ending with the 10 of Wands. We went uphill, now we're dropping the logs and we're going downhill. So it is like something grueling, like that whole... we were made to believe that what life had to be and look like in a rat race. Doing all that for the future, we got the elixir of life, an alpha, a grant of the universe. We're becoming self-made, independent, sovereign, and at play right here. And that's it. In a time of juggle and or by connecting that inner child with the higher self. Okay? That's extremely what I am feeling here. By doing that in the clarifying, we're no longer going uphill, treading water. We're going down with the natural flow, because we were blocked, we were blinded. The whole status quo image that we were made to believe that we had to do, like, it really stuck us, it disconnected us to both higher self and inner child. We were blind. It was all a secret, an illusion. And by doing all that, we get healed with Dolly Parton, the age of Aquarius. In the Goldens, well, yes, as above, so below as the second one, the Hierophant, which is creepy crawly, and or by doing all this, now we become the mystical teacher, and we're cutting the chains of the devil system for the second special appearance. All right, my family, and I think I got a Zoom in 10 minutes. All right, let's go. Are you ready for my beautiful invocation? First, let's bring Eddie out. You know, like, usually I would drink like that, but you can't see him, so I'm gonna have to drink like this. It didn't keep the coffee all that hot. I thought it would because it's metal, but I still love Eddie, baby. Yum, yum, bubble gum. All right, the invocation. So it is guardians of the inner child. Children of light, inner sparks of eternal flame. Do not be dragged upstream into struggle, conformity, or the prison of false flow. Return instead to the river of play, the stream of joy, where innocence is not lost, but renewed with every breath. We call back the child within, hand in hand with the higher self. We honor the laughter, the wonder, the rebellion against what would cage us. Peace of mind. We let the river carry us, not against it, but with it. Back to the ocean of source. Back to the heart of creation. back to the truth of who we are. So it is. So we play. So we flow. Yay! I love it so much. I got so much flesh on the grooves. Yay. So I think this is going to be hopefully a beautiful message, a video to start your weekend, this weekend. So connect, go out, play, connect. Don't forget, the very first thought, vision that you get, that's the answer. It's always the answer. So this said, my famille, be good, be kind to yourselves, and I'll catch you all on the next read. Rock and roll. Ow, I love you back. Mwah! Ciao, my babies.